I am Shota. This is a story about my experience back when I was in the 8th grade. During junior high school, our life was centered around video games. We talked about video games at school, and we brought our video games together to play after school. One day, my friend, Udai, got the new hard-to-get video game software that everybody was talking about. We agreed to play it all night and that I would spend the night at Udai's house on Friday. I could not control my excitement knowing that I would be able to play that newest video game until the following morning. On the day that I was going to spend the night at Udai's house, I got my stuff ready for the night before going to school because I wanted to get there as soon as possible. I was looking at nothing but the clock since morning, hoping the classes would end quickly. After the classes finally ended, we dashed out of school and headed to Udai's house. I got in the same class as Udai for the first time in the 8th grade. Since we were from different elementary schools, we had never talked before, but the fact that we liked the same video game opened up a way for us to be very close friends. It was only recently that we became close friends, so it was my first time to go to his house. Udai's house was a fancy 2-story house. "What a magnificent house," I said. But while scratching a bug bite on his hand, he humbly said that there were many bugs because of the thickets growing around the house and it was not always that great of a place. Once I greeted Udai's mother who welcomed us at the doorway, we went straight to playing the new video game in Udai's room on the 2nd floor. It was so fun that both of us earnestly enjoyed it, and it was night time before we knew it. The 4 of us, Udai, Udai's parents, and I, decided to have dinner together on the 1st floor. Hamburger steak, potato salad, and corn soup. They were all my favorites. Since I kept eating non-stop, Udai's mother was happy, saying it made it well worth the effort to cook, and she went to the kitchen to get me a second serving. At that time, there was a girl in high school uniform in the kitchen staring at me with no expression on her face. She was about 5 feet 3 inches tall with fair skin and long hair. It was probably Udai's older sister, but they did not look alike. After his mother coolly passed in front of his older sister and got my food, she returned to the table. His older sister remained expressionless while staring at Udai. I thought about greeting her, but Udai was excitedly talking about the video game from a while ago, so I lost the chance to greet her. Besides, since Udai kept talking, completely ignoring his older sister even though she was right in the middle of Udai's sight, I decided to keep myself quiet, guessing that they might have been having a sibling quarrel and that might have been why his mother was leaving her alone. The 4 of us talked for a while and then when I next looked toward the kitchen, his older sister was not there anymore. It seemed like she had left the room without me noticing. After I finished eating dinner, I took a bath. As I was taking a shower, I heard the sound of the door slowly opening from the dressing room and the sound of footsteps coming toward me. I could see a person standing at the other side of the frosted glass of the bath. It seemed like the person was staring at me, judging from the angle that the person stood, but the person did not move at all. Since the slightly reflected figure seemed like it was wearing a skirt, I assumed it was Yudai's older sister, but since I was naked, there was no way that I was going to go out. As I kept taking a shower, I heard the sound of footsteps again, and the figure disappeared. When I got out of the bath and came out from the dressing room, I happened to catch his older sister climbing up the stairs. His older sister's room is also on the second floor, I thought, as I climbed up the stairs. She seemed to have gone into her room, for she was not in the hall anymore. After I went into Yudai's room, wiping my hair with a towel, I said, "Yudai, you have an older sister in high school, huh?" He answered proudly with a teasing face, "What? My family is just the three of us, me and my parents. I am an only child." As I looked questioningly, Yudai continued, "People often ask me if I have an older sister, but do I have that much of a youngest child's personality?" While listening to Yudai's words, I reflected on the incidents from that day. His mother coolly passing by his older sister. Yudai continuing to talk without realizing his older sister who was right in front of him. Unmoving figure at the bath. And to top it off, I could have sworn that I went into the bath with the dressing room door locked. Who in the world was the high school girl that I saw? And why was she in Yudai's house? Why was she staring at Yudai? Since then, I have been too scared to go to Yudai's house ever again.